Welcome to Unit 12, which is basically about what your final exam is going to be like, some of the mechanics, some of the structure of it. And note that it will be on the regular scheduled day. So that if you're in the 10 a.m. group, well, it will be April the 27th, Monday at 9 to 11 in the morning. Or if you are in the 10 a.m. group, it will be May the 2nd, Saturday at 1 to 3. These were the regular exam dates, and we were told at the beginning when we switched to online that we should have the final exam on the same day. So there you are. Now, if this doesn't work for you, we can make individual adjustments. And for example, if you're taking the test in another country with another time zone, and this would be a very bad time, like in the middle of the night, well, tell me, and we can make an adjustment. Or if you can't find a computer that day, or if you can get one earlier but not later, or if you're working that day, or you have something else with another session, whatever, tell me. I'm very adaptable, but you gotta look at that and tell me beforehand. So about 10 minutes before your exam is scheduled to start, I will send you an email that asks, are you ready to take our logic final exam right now? Okay. Now, appropriate answers are yes. Most people will say yes. Send me the exercise code. But other responses might fit. Instead, you might say not right now, but later today or later tomorrow, whenever. For example, when it's a decent hour in Korea for you to be up and awake, as we discussed previously by email. Now, I might send you the email early, knowing that you won't be able to do the exam for several hours later, and that's fine. If we've talked about it, you don't have to email me back. Not right now, but later, as we've previously discussed. But if something came up and you didn't contact me, and you can't take it at this particular time, but maybe later today, email me right back, and then we can make arrangements. Now, preferably you should handle this beforehand, but sometimes things come up and who knows. So most of you will say, email me back that yes, you are ready to take our logic final exam now. So I will respond by sending you an email with your exercise code and then your 2-hour time limit for the exam starts clicking when I send your email, the email with the date stamp, the time stamp, and the exercise code. That's when your 2-hour begins. Now, I will send you a 2-letter code, for example, QR. Put it at the start of your first name in Logicola. Last time I had you do it at the beginning of your last name, but the thing is, my scoring program for Logicola scores alphabetizes people by last name, so it makes it a little bit hard to find. So put it at the code at the beginning of your first name. Suppose you make a mistake. Well, I can find it anyway. Don't worry about it too much. So how do you put at the beginning of your first name? Open Logicola's options menu and pick the first one, which is name. Put the 2-letter code at the beginning of your first name. So if your first name is John, then give your first name as QR John. It'll alphabetize funny, but don't worry about that. And if you have too many letters in your first name, it doesn't fit, well, give QR and then as many letters as fit. Okay. Now, the purpose of the name change is to ensure that students do the logical exercise within the 2-hour time span. So it is a final exam at a certain hour. I don't want you to turn in Logicola scores that you've done at your leisure, maybe a few days before. The 2-hour period is calculated between my emails timestamp when I send you the QR, the 2-letter code, and the timestamp of the email where you send me your scores from the test. Okay, so that gives that should be 2 hours or a little less. If it's slightly over 2 hours, I'm not going to penalize you, but if it's way over 2 hours, and then I'm not going to, I might not count some of your bonus exercises. Okay, so you change your name, then you have 2 hours to complete the 3 essential exercises and as many bonus exercises as you can. When you finish, send me your scores where your name includes your 2-letter code right away. Don't delay. Going over the time limit hurts you. So in your 2 hours, do the 3 essential exercises first and then as many bonus ones as you can. First, do and complete the 3 essential logical exercises, which is modal translations, modal proofs, and informal fallacies, preferably at level 9, insofar as you can do everything at 9. If you can't do one of the essential ones at 9, well, do it at something lower, and I will penalize you. For the the first online quiz that we had a couple weeks ago on propositional proofs, all but one score was at level 9. So just use level 9. It makes it easier. And you do these exercises in the normal way. It starts with 0 points, and your point total builds up to 100, then it records to the disk, and then you're done. If you need over 2 hours to do the essential ones, that's okay. Then you won't have any time for bonus ones, but well, at least you get that right. If you can't do all 3, which means you really don't understand the material very well, do as many as you can. At least do something. I need to give you some sort of a grade based on something. If you can't do anything, well, whoa, bad news. In the first quiz, almost everyone did the 2 essential logical exercises and a bunch of bonus ones, and sometimes all the bonus ones, for about a third of you. But just a few people couldn't do the 2 essential ones, and that shows a serious problem. But try to do that first. Don't worry about it. If you're struggling with that, don't worry about the bonus ones. And then if you have time left over in your 2 hours, do as many as the bonus exercises as you can. And these are the ones to do. Make a note of them. When I record your scores from your test, I have my scoring program listed so that it only shows these and the essential ones and the bonus ones. So if you do another one which isn't on the list, it won't count for your credit. So do the essential ones and these bonus ones as much as you can. Don't do any exercise more than once. You don't get any additional credit, and you're just wasting time. The end of the 2 hours, more or less, email me your scores, and all of them. You needn't delete the ones with the 2-letter code. Some students, you click paste, and they try to erase the ones that don't matter so it'll record more quickly. Well, it records in a fraction of a second anyway. There's no time gain. So just click paste and and send the email. Don't delete anything that you paste. Pretty simple. And the timestamp of your email tells me how long it took for you to do the exam. So it's the time between when I sent your special code and when you sent me your scores. I'm going through this in great detail just so you understand. I was worried with the online quiz that the directions would be not clear, too complicated, so I kind of bent over backwards to explain them clearly, and that's what I'm doing now. But hardly anybody was confused on the mechanics last time, so I will hope that it will be the same this time. So I will then grade your quizzes, and I will give you email you your grades on Sunday, May the 3rd. So you'll be graded on the basis of your exercise levels. If you do something at less than 9, you'll get some sort of a penalty. How many exercises you do, and whether I got your scores within the 2-hour limit. The last time I said that I would grade on the basis also of how difficult your bonus exercises that you picked were, but that's too complicated to do. So what I'm looking for is, did you do the 3 essential exercises at 9 or above? Yes, okay. You, if I grade like last time, you'll get a certain amount of points, and last time it was in the low B range. And how many bonus exercises did you do in the 2 hours? Well, and I gave you a bonus for the bonus exercise. I think you got like 3 points each one, which means if you did all the exercises, bonus and essential, you ended up with 104%, and plus 2 bonus for the Logicola. The Logicola will add on to your final exam. Your final exam counts twice. It counts as two quizzes, and on one of them you get the Logicola bonus or penalty added. The other one you don't. So I'll grade probably something like last time. Your grade depends on whether you did the essential ones, and then you'll get a probably a low B. I'll have to work this out though. If you couldn't do all of the 3 essential ones in the 2 hours, then that's woo, you are penalized. You are below B, you are C, D, F, whatever, depending on what you get. And then how many bonus you did. Last time people did really well. A few people really didn't understand the material and didn't do well, but that was a very small number. Most people did very well. I think the final, the average of the quiz was like 95%, which was before bonus or penalty from Logical, which was pretty high. So study well, you're going to get good grades in this. I hope to email you your grades on Sunday, May the 3rd. The last final is May the 2nd. So I think I can get it to you by the next day. Following our syllabus, the final exam counts as 2 quizzes, and the Logical homework or penalty adds to one of the 2. This gets averaged with your 3 quiz scores. So you have quiz, 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 and then the final exam counts twice. So you have 5 grades, you average it, and there you go. Except you may have an attendance bonus or penalty added. If you have perfect attendance so far, well, there's a +4 bonus, and if you've missed a lot of classes, you might get a minus. As with the other online quiz, this is open book, and you can use notes. So, I've enjoyed teaching you. You were a very good group. I had a very bad group a year ago, and they didn't study, and you were a good group. I kind of missed not seeing you around with this online stuff, but, you know, we've got to be responsible about the virus and stamp it out and get ready for you know, health and hiking and whatever. So I hope you have a good summer, and I'm so looking forward to the time when we can return to regular life and not so much quarantine and social distance and all of that. So study hard, do well on the final, and I enjoyed teaching this course with you. Bye-bye.